Hello, my delightful demon spawn, and welcome back to the Soul Calibur 2 Credit Quest. Today we are playing as Spawn, aka Al Simmons, the last guest character. Yeah, this man right here. Spawn is an interesting case. There's a lot of theories as to who the guest character for the Xbox version initially was. Some people think he was someone from Halo, because that would become the Xbox's flagship franchise. Some people thought it was going to be a character from Dead or Alive, which would have been really funky, But in the end, it went with Spawn, and what really happened was Namco struck a deal with McFarlane Toys to do an action figure line for Soul Calibur 2 for some of the characters, and in those talks, they managed to get to talking, I think, with Todd McFarlane himself. And they floated the idea of, hey, can we perhaps not only get you to make us an original character for the game, but also maybe for the Xbox version, sticking Spawn in there. And they were like, you know what? Why not? Which is really weird, considering how, fickle Todd McFarlane is about putting Spawn and stuff. And, I gotta focus up against Ivy. She's not gonna let me. She's not gonna let me play absent-mindedly. She just isn't. Ow. Yeah. But yeah, that's how Spawn came to be. And originally they were gonna have him have the cape. I always forget its name. Like, I know the cape has a name because it's like its own. It's essentially its own living, breathing entity, like just attached to Spawn. But I just don't remember the name of it. But due to hardware limitations of the original Xbox, doing cape-based attacks was just a little too difficult for it. So, they were like, okay, you know what? Let's just have the cape turn into a battle axe. And I mean, the cape has turned into things in the comics before, I think. So, yeah. This is an appropriate showdown. But, yeah. Yeah, I don't know about the Japanese version, but this is also one of the few times where Spawn was voiced by someone that's not Keith David. In this game, he was done by Kevin Michael Richardson in the English dub. Ooh. Also, funnily enough, did Heihachi too, and they expertly not only, gave him the voice direction of, speaking in a different tone for both characters, but then when it came to putting it to doing Heihachi, they decided to just slightly pitch his voice down. Which, I mean, considering the fact that they took Necrid and just, grabbed Mitsurugi's lines and scrambled them, I guess it's not too uncommon for them to futz around with the voices. But yeah, of the three guest characters, Spawn, in terms of a viability standpoint, probably the worst of the three, because his juggles don't really go in. Like, his juggles are weird and they're impractical, and he has a lot of moves that seem cool in theory, but in reality are also just wildly impractical to use. So, you know, he, like, Spawn's, like, if you decide to take him into tournaments, especially with the plus mod in tow, you know, best of luck to you, but I don't know how far you'll be making it with this man. But that's not to say that I don't enjoy playing Spawn. Spawn, like, in recent times, I've developed a really, like, strong, like, something about this moveset is so weird. And yet it just kind of, it just does it for me. And granted, it's not going to be good enough to beat Taki because, you know, she has Soul Edge complete. And, you know, she just decided to block everything, you know, the usual. All that shit. But, hey, at least you get to see maskless Spawn. They couldn't think of any other costume to give him. They seriously couldn't give him any other costume to give him. Alright. Yeah. What's the, oh yeah, the fuck-ass triple kick. Ugh! Oh, I forgot. Yeah, there's some moves where if you hold down the attack button, you can go into the hover stance. Yeah. But you can also just do the hover independently with B plus K. There we go, that's the move I was looking for. You get to see Spawn's pain face behind the mask. But yeah, I think so far this is... Spawn has been the one and only comic book character to show up in Soul Calibur. Because every other character that would appear in the series would either show up from... Like, they would either show up from another video game, or... something else. Like, even Lloyd and Tales of... like, Lloyd showing up in Soul Calibur Legends, which, you know, we're not going to do that as a credit quest. I do have a copy of Soul Calibur Legends for some reason. You know, I don't know why, when I really don't ever want to play it. Ow! I don't know why I run headfirst into that. But, like, all the other guest characters come from other video games, minus a handful of exceptions that we'll get to in a couple sequence time. So, yeah. Yeah. Like, of the guest character interaction with good old Raphael, I think Spawn's probably Probably the most aggressive with it. Ow, ow, ow! Oh, aren't you just a freaking ray of sunshine? No! Oh my god, the whiff. That whiff was horrible! Ugh. Stop parrying! Jeez. Fuck. There. Give him the necroplasm. Yeah, and I think he's one of if not the only character in the game to have a projectile. He can do the weird necroplasm blast. But yeah, you can also see the little story I have for Spawn. Malbolgia, I think, in the present time, because, you know, technically Spawn is under his control, but Spawn also doesn't want to do things for Malbolgia. He sends Spawn into the past to try to claim Soul Edge because Malbolgia thinks it'll help him. For some reason. As a reminder that not all comic book villains are evil geniuses. Malbolgia is just a big-ass fucking demon. That's really all he is. Alright. Long stick. There we go. Let's go. Score 1 for chip damage. Let's go. But yeah, I'm done playing this game on real hardware. The Hellspawn fought his way through a long-forgotten era to obtain the coveted Soul Edge. With Malbolgia's prize in hand, Spawn sensed an evil presence that threatened to twist and enslave him. "What do you take me for, a fool?" Spawn whispered, as the grip of his clenched fist loosened slowly in the swirling vortex of time space. Spawn returned to his familiar back alleys, with nothing in his grasp. Soul Edge tried to corrupt him, probably said, "Fuck that." And Spawn was like, "Yeah, no, I'm not giving that bastard what he wants." Because fuck Malbolgia. He wants he wants to be with his family and all that stuff. But yeah. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this episode. And you might be thinking, well, you did the whole cast, right? No. There are 4 more characters that, under normal circumstances, can't be played in arcade mode. However, there's a workaround. So stay tuned, as I'll be going through that. So, with everything said and done, I have been Reaper Vegas, and I will see you all next time.